What's up, guys?
This meeting is
Welcome
being
back to
recorded.
Average Sakes. We're live.
Welcome back.
And we're excited, it seems.
Yeah.
Today we're bringing you our catchers. We're gonna bring you all the catchers. Top 10 catchers. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's exactly. Sorry, my audio was messed up. Top 10 catchers. Playing the music. All right, I couldn't hear anything to start the freaking podcast, but we're good now. Welcome back, Average Sakes, bringing you top 10 catchers. All four of us. Gonna bring you our
in
list.
the freaking pod. Wow, don't see us a lot. All four of us here.
The full house.
Full crowd.
Looks like it's gonna be in Petco Park all season, baby.
All season long, while you wear
Yes,
a
sir.
White Sox hat. All right. These lists are they're 10s deep, you know.
Yeah.
For this position, yeah.
Especially for the catchers, because
I hope some of you guys have the ones I got at 10.
This should have been a top 4, and the viewers would have understood. Honestly, after 4, 5 through 10, you
They're
can
all
mix it around,
interchangeable.
and everyone's gonna kind of agree with you. They don't really know.
I'm projecting again. I said this last podcast that this is not only the past, but this is the future. I'm giving you the best numbers anyone could give you. So
then you're gonna like where I got some of my guys set.
Perfect. So we're on the same page then. Who wants to start us off with number 10? Their top 10, number 10.
I'll go first. Catchers, 5 through 10, like I was saying, pretty interchangeable, but my 10 guy as of right now is going to be Texas Rangers Jonah Heim at the 10th spot. Might not be on a lot of people's lists, but he had a pretty decent year behind the plate last year, and I'm excited to see how he does with that new revamped pitching staff, new kind of ownership, manager, GM, new everything there. But he's a beast. He had 227 with 16 home runs, 48 RBIs, and a 697 OPS. Those are decent numbers for a catcher, so I'll take that. Jonah Heim.
Can't be mad at that. Right on the outskirts of my list, I looked at him. Good defensive overall catcher. Didn't quite make my top 10 sitting on the outside, but good pick overall, Trevor. Good pick overall.
I like it.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Mine's off of pure fandom. Won my heart over last year. Let's fucking go, San Diego. My number 10 is Jorge Alfaro. He was my favorite catcher last year. I don't know if he's top 10 in anybody else's list, but he is in mine. He had a 246 batting average last year with 7 home runs. I mean, I feel like he did what he needed to do on this project.
I think he had 6 walk-off hits last season.
Yeah, the most walk-off hits.
In Padres history.
You may say he's clutch.
Yeah, people say he's clutch, has the best hair in the game. I think Let's Fucking Go San Diego was the best one-liner of all of baseball last year, and guy was just my favorite player of all time last year, and my number 10 catcher.
I hope he sticks it out with the Red Sox. I hope he makes it.
Yeah.
Let's Fucking Go Boston.
Yep.
He did sign a minor league deal, so has to prove himself. After all those clutch walk-off hits,
still has to prove himself. All right, Colin, let's hear it. Number 10.
Yeah. So Jonah Heim was right on the outskirts of mine as well. I want the guy he didn't play a whole lot last year because this behind the dish they got three catchers back there. So some of you guys might know where I'm going. It's gonna be the Blue Jays, and it's gonna be the young gun who just got traded actually to the Diamondbacks, and Gabriel Moreno. I think he's got what it takes. He's only 23 years old, so he's got a lot of game ahead of him. But he only played 25 games. So those 25 games, he had 73 at bats, and he batted over 300. And he's a great catcher behind the plate as well. Good defense. got a cannon back there too. Young, durable. I think it's a good
Yeah,
spot for him.
that's a
They have
big
a
pickup
fucking
for the
traffic
Diamondbacks.
jam there.
Yeah, it just kind of
You have
kinda got that
three
shirt into the stick.
starting catchers. That's like legit
Yeah.
starting catchers. It's gnarly.
For my number 10, I went with a fan favorite, Cal Rayleigh. Absolutely hammered homers last year. He batted a 211, but 27 bombs. And absolutely is one of those thick boys running around the bases. He was absolute fan favorite. Took them to the postseason with a homer late in the game. And he was just electric all year round. I mean, he only had 78 total hits and 27 of them were bombs. So, I mean, I really
That's
hope.
pretty fire.
I mean, he's only 26, so I hope that the Seattle buys into this kid because he's obviously a fan favorite. But yeah, right on the cusp. I mean, number 10. This is a long list of catchers, so I'm hoping he does relatively good this year.
Fire picks all around. Number 9.
Number 9, starting with me again, or
Yeah,
are we
go ahead.
snaking?
I guess
Why
I'll
not?
double it up. I'll double up.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna
Snake's
go
good.
number 9, Christian Vasquez. Just won a World Series, has multiple World Series now. Is a great defensive catcher. And absolutely will crush a homer whenever you need him to. Batted 274, 9 bombs. Is on the Twins this year, so he's changing it up. But this was a huge acquisition by the Astros. Helped them in the World Series. And he's a great mentor and leader. And I'm gonna stick it out with Christian. I like Christian Vasquez, so
That's
might be a little push.
Yeah, quick little spoiler. He did not make my list, but he has led me to some fantasy championships in the past couple of years. So I do love that name, Christian Vasquez. He's close to my heart.
He also did not make my list. My number 9 guy is going to be a guy who came in like halfway through the season this year. He was a All-Star. He's only 24 years old, and he's a catcher for the Braves. He also has got a brother who is on my list, and it's going to be William Contreras. He's decent behind the plate. He's got a hell of a swing. Hit 20 bombs in the half the season he played, and batted almost 300, sub 280. But yeah, that's where I put him.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback off that. He's my number 9 as well. Did get acquired in a trade by the Brewers, so he's in Milwaukee now.
Yep.
And yeah, All-Star last year with the Braves. Kind of a coming out party. You hear one Contreras all the time, and then you start hearing another. You're like, what the heck? Where's this guy? And then you realize it's his brother. Both at the same position, now both in the same division. So it should be fun for that Brewers team and William Contreras.
Well, that is also my number 9. 3-way tie here for all of us.
Perfect.
Did you guys give him the numbers? 278 batting average, 20 home runs last year, 860 OPS. Guy's 25 years old, just got traded to the Brewers. Definitely a good catcher.
Good hitting. -4 defensive run saves though. So defensive side as a catcher, you don't want your catcher being in the minus category.
It's kind of weird having or seeing 2 brothers be the same position too, because usually like one's one pitcher and catcher, or one's like, I don't know, outfielder, infielder type of deal, But
yeah,
both of them being catchers pretty sick.
Yeah, I know it is weird.
Who's better?
Who's better?
The other brothers.
Well,
It
if
depends.
we're going off your list, Williams better. But if we're going off my list, Wilson's better.
Wilson's better. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Number 8, Snake it, Trevor.
Number 8, who do I got? I got Seattle Mariners specialist Cal Rayleigh at number 8. I couldn't forget him off this list. That electric bomb he hit in the playoffs, or I don't remember what time it was, but It was a 1-0. I think it was a walk-off home run. That thing was
To get them
absolutely
to the playoffs.
yeah, that was absolutely
Absolute nuke.
insane. I think he led all catchers with home runs this year with 27. I could be wrong, but 14 defensive run saves and a 4.2 WAR for the rookie in Seattle. He is probably one of the best offensive catchers in the game right now.
I mean, yeah, I love the guy. I'm a fan.
The guy
I
rakes.
want the Padres to get him, but
He just hits nukes.
yeah,
He'd love the short porch in right field. He would
Yeah,
love
would
it.
be lit.
He would love it. This may be our petition to get him here.
Hopefully he's listening.
Yes.
My number 8 is Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals. Batted
Ooh.
254 last year, 23 home runs. Guy's a little older on the thing, but he has pretty excellent power at the dish. Good hitter. Had some pretty good numbers last year. Royals just are not the best team, so you probably never heard of him, but Salvador Perez, number 8.
Salvi, that's low. That is
Yeah,
low.
we're sleeping on Salvi a little bit, Roman.
All right, I got my number 8 is gonna be one of the guys I said earlier was involved in the trade. This guy was part of that trade. He's the one that went to the Blue Jays in the trade for Gabriel Marino. It's Dalton Varsho. He also plays outfield. But,
Oh, you're gonna put a center
catcher as
fielder
well.
in your list.
Hey, he's a catcher. Is he not?
I consider him an outfielder. I mean, he's both.
I don't know. I don't know what the percentages he's played in which one. I think that's pretty sick. Playing catcher and outfield, that's fire.
Yeah, definitely.
But he had a 4.9 WAR last year, batting 235 with 27 dingers. Played good for the Diamondbacks. I don't know why they really ended up trading him away. They're both, him and Gabriel Marino, are around the same age, so they're both really young. But he's got great defense, like Bob said. He does play center field as well, so I can show you how versatile he is. As
Damn
a
good
player.
center field too.
And yeah, so you gotta have a cannon play out there as well. So he's got a good arm as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D-backs are trying. I don't know what the D-backs are doing. They're like trying to compete,
That's what I'm
but
saying. I
they're
have
not.
no clue.
They're not good.
I mean, I make that move if I'm them.
Lourdes Gurriel is an upgrade.
Yeah,
to
they got.
Varsho, but
Well, no, I make that trade 100% of the time.
Yeah, they made that was a steal. They stole from.
I don't know what the Blue Jays are doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
They already
what
have
the-
catchers.
yeah.
I mean, I
So
guess
this
they
guy's
wanted the
only playing
defense
outfield.
center field. Yeah, he's going to play center field because they have Jensen and then Alejandro Kirk, who I'll mention later.
Yeah.
But my number 8 is going to be Travis Darno, whatever, however you want to say his name.
Yeah.
Travis
Darno.
Darno. I mean, consistency is there year in, year out from the Mets to the Braves. He
It's
kind of
true.
shines with the Braves. I am one of those people who consider the Braves to have 2 top 10 catchers, and I think this is one of them. They're going to have that ability to switch them in and out whenever they want. But I mean, a 2.9 WAR, 18 homers, 268. I will take that any day of the week, especially from catcher. It's so hard to play catcher in this league, and he's a good defensive one. So yeah, Travis Darno, I will take him any day of the week. Since this is a snake draft, this is where I throw my curveball on it because you guys were talking mad shit on my list earlier.
Take him.
Wait.
7.
I think I should go. You guys all had them.
No.
on your list.
This is
You guys
this
all
is
said them already. You guys all said them already.
We said him. You did too.
Go ahead, Roman. Say it.
My number 7 is Cal Raleigh.
Okay.
You guys all said him. He batted a 211, which is a little, I don't know, like people will say he shouldn't make
That's
this
normal
list,
for a
but
catcher.
Yeah.
Austin Hedges hits 0, so
yeah.
But he's
Okay,
the best defense
just
catcher in the
one.
league.
132 and on the Pirates. My number 7 is a tie for Wilson and William Contreras. Both the brothers, they're equally as good. I don't think either of them is better than the other, but William might end up having a better career because I think Wilson's kind of stalemated a little bit at this point.
I think he found his groove though last
but
year.
we'll see. I think the Cubs had a terrible roster the last 2 years and kind of just left him there to die by himself. And so now him joining the Cardinals, this is a huge upgrade for him with the team wise. And then for the Cardinals, he's stepping into a legacy spot. You're taking over for Yadier Molina, who's held that fucking catching job down for 20 years, it seems like. So it's a huge, huge role for him to step in. Is he going to live up
Those
to
are
the
some
hype?
big shoes. Big shoes.
Exactly. That's huge, huge shoes for him to step in. And then William, his brother, to just get traded to the Brewers in a multiple team trade. This is a new opportunity for him, but kind of sucks because you're going from a team that's going off a World Series who has great potential, has a fucking awesome roster, and everyone's signed long term. Everyone's going to be there forever. You just get dealt to the Brewers, dude. I mean, yeah, a hitter's park, but I mean,
I think that's the reason
somewhere
why he
you
got
could,
dealt.
Yeah.
What about
Didn't have
They were
enough to go
they were
around.
so deep at catcher, and I mean, they added so.
Yeah.
just curious to hear your thoughts on this.
They're tied at 7.
Which pitching staff do you think is better, the Brewers staff or the Braves staff? Because I think the Brewers staff is better
I
top 3
I would have to
versus
agree with
Braves
that.
top 3.
like the Brewers staff better.
But the Brewers continue to disappoint year in and year out, not making
They can't.
playoffs with all this good pitching.
Yeah, I mean,
The position players can't hit.
this is cool because now they're in the brothers are in the division, so they're going to be it's a battle there. But when you talk about the Braves versus the Brewers, that's interesting because you got Max, you have Spencer Strider, and you have what's the other guy over there? Max Fried, Spencer, and then
Big game Charlie Morton.
no, they have another guy.
They have Soroka, and then they have Kyle
Mike
Wright.
Soroka. Kyle Wright's a stud too. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I mean Brewers, you got Corbin, you have
Who's it?
Freddie,
Woodruff,
Brandon Woodruff,
Brandon Woodruff.
Eric
Top 3
Lauer.
fire right there. Those three.
Lauer. You got the other.
I
Aaron
might
Ashby.
like the Braves
Aaron
more.
Ashby, the other lefty.
We might have just
Actually,
argued.
you're
I
right.
like the Braves more.
I like the Braves.
I like
Now
the
that we go
Braves
through
more.
all the pitchers and they start ringing in my head.
Yeah,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
I
We're
just
opening
bring
up
that
my
up
baseball
because
brain right now, and I love it.
William is a catcher, and like catching, the other part of catching is catching like pitchers. So I just was curious what you guys' thoughts were on those staffs, because I think Corbin 1-2 Woodruff are better than the Braves 1-2, but then overall throughout, now that we speak about it,
Yeah.
like the Braves have like those 4 or 5
They've
guys,
got
Kyle Wright and
5 guys
Soroka
healthy, dude.
are beasts. They're
That's
beasts.
dirty.
Yeah.
And Soroka hasn't even played like that many
Yeah.
games in the last few years. He's been hurt.
But with Kyle Wright, Spencer Strider,
Yeah.
Free.
Kyle Wright's
I
low
mean,
key sneaky.
yes, dude. I like
He's
that.
very
I
sneaky.
like that team, man. All right. Someone else. We just finished 7. I did 7. Roman did 7.
No,
Colin.
you were going your.
No,
you
I-
had
Oh,
some.
you guys have to do 7, right? Colin and Trevor have to do
Yeah.
7.
Oh yeah, you're right.
the
You're right.
Wilson,
You're
the
right, you're right.
Wilson brothers were my 7.
Yep.
All right.
No, Contreras
7,
brothers.
got
7, 6, or
Shinny-
Yeah, the
5 to
Contreras.
7.
William and
Shinny and Bob are gonna be mad because they were just mad at Roman for taking him at 8. But I'm taking the old man at 7.
No,
He
you're
did
fine.
have a down year
That's-
last year compared to the year he had before when he hit nearly 50 bombs. He only hit 23 this year, but his WAR was only 2.7.
Guy's a 5-time Golden Glover.
Yes, he is,
Yeah, that's kind of fallen off the.
but that's a long
some-
time ago.
You know, the goddamn
It's
Royals had so much fandom forever. It seemed like they were just giving them awards. Like Eric Hosmer had 3 Golden Gloves over there.
Yeah,
Salvi's
look at
deserved
him, he's
them.
falling
Salvi's
apart.
not.
He deserves them, Teddy.
Well, Shenny's a Hosmer stand, so I knew that was going to pop out. But I don't think Salvi really deserved all 5 Golden Gloves. He hasn't been the best defensive catcher in a while.
He's
my number
not
6.
very good at
He's my number
framing
6
the
though,
ball.
so I won't argue
Okay.
too much.
My number
Well, yeah.
6, or are we on 7?
7.
Yeah, we're on
I
7.
just butted in.
I'll go 7 and 6 just because I am in that order now. So my
Yeah, we get
7
six,
is
so.
going to be maybe the best rookie catcher in all of baseball last season, and that is Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays. A little low for his numbers last year, but I need him to repeat this success that he had. 14 home runs, 285, a 786 OPS,
Wow.
9 defensive runs saved. Like, he had a very good year.
I'm so much higher on him.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
angry
too.
you. I'm angry you put him this low at this point.
I don't.
You said this is your number 7.
This is my number 7. I don't like catchers.
Wow.
I need to see
truly,
more.
I'm appalled. I'm appalled here.
That's fine. Hopefully you're appalled even more at this number 6 pick, because number 6 is going to be the better Contreras brother, and that is Wilson Contreras of the St. Louis Cardinals. I personally think he's earned his spot into a top 6 of my list. I know he maybe didn't have the last greatest 2 years in Chicago, but I don't want to play on a team that's not going to win a World Series, and that's just the confidence and the boost that you have. So maybe the confidence is down. I don't know, but I am expecting a good year out of Wilson Contreras. At number 6.
Number
Well,
6.
take it.
My number 6 is Wilson Contreras as well. He does have big shoes to fill, so I feel like all eyes are going to be on him. He's definitely not going to be as good at behind the plate as Yadi, but I think he'll have a good hitting year. This new team will be good for him. Yeah, the better brother at number 6.
Is
Wilson
Wainwright
Contreras.
still pitching? Yes, right?
Yeah,
He came back.
One
so-
last year, right?
Yep.
Mr. Adam.
that's what I've heard. Like 3 years. from
Supposedly,
him.
yeah.
I've heard that for a while now.
All right.
Oh, and number
Well,
6.
Number 6. This guy is no longer on the A's.
Sean Murphy.
Yep, he's on the Braves.
Hmm.
But yeah, I got Sean Murphy. 2021, he was a Gold Glove. Last year, he was the only pretty much bright star on the Oakland A's.
The only person of interest.
The only person of
Yeah.
interest on my fantasy team.
Yeah, but he had 3.5 WAR. You know, he batted 250, 18 homers. I mean, there's not much more you can ask for from a catcher. And with the defense he has, you can tell that he has what it takes to be a defensive catcher. He had a Gold Glove. But yeah, good thing, good for him to be in with the Braves to help him out, win some more games, see what it's like to win.
So I already said my number 6. I squeezed that in. That was Salvi Perez. My number 5. I'm putting Adley Rutschman here. Number 5. He's still quite young in his career. He's got to deal with the Orioles is kind of the problem. They extended the wall out there, made it a whole lot harder to hit. He batted 254, 13 homers, 101 hits, 5.2 WAR is what they gave him on his rookie year. That's astonishing to me. Seems like he must have had a fantastic defensive season. But I still think he has some things to prove. That Orioles team has gotten closer to the playoffs actually this past season. Can they repeat that? I don't know. I really don't.
They make playoffs this year.
You say they make playoffs this year. That's going to be that's a
They are in a shitty ass division, so they might.
Right.
That division, the Red Sox, they're going downhill.
Yeah, Red Sox. We'll get to that. We'll save our preseason predictions for another day. But Adley Rutschman, yeah, I'm going to put him at 5 for now. We'll see. He's supposed to be the best catcher in the league within another year because he was back-to-back number 1 prospect in baseball. Top, what was it? 2 pick? Was he the number 2 pick or number 1 pick overall in the draft?
I think
I can't remember. But yeah, this kid is supposed to be the next best, so I'm going to hold him to a little bit higher standard. It's my number 5 right now. I'm not giving him 1 that easy. Not giving him 2 that easy. I'm my number 5 right now.
All right.
You need to reevaluate, I think.
I think he does too.
I think you need to reevaluate.
A little low on
Number
your
5. I got the brother Wilson Contreras at 5. You know, you guys already said everything there is to say about him, but 22 dingers, batted 243. He's an all-star. You know, same old stuff. But yeah, new environment. We'll see how he does this year. Hopefully, he can keep it going.
Yeah. My number 5 is
Skipping me. You're skipping me. You get the snake. You get the 5 and 4.
Keiko.
My number 5 is Alejandro Kirk. Made his first All-Star debut last year. Also won Silver Slugger for the American League. Didn't have the best framing job, but I think for being one of the Blue Jays' many catchers,
Is
did
that a
pretty
fat
well.
joke?
Was
Doesn't have the best frame job? Dude.
Kinda. I mean, it goes both ways. Doesn't frame the ball well, and could fix his frame a little. But 285 batting, 14 home runs. I think those numbers were already said, but pretty good numbers for a catcher. Number 5 for me.
Good. That was good. My number 5 is Sean Murphy of the Atlanta Braves. I don't want to speak on the Braves too much, but they have a weird way on they trade for people and then sign them to extensions right away, not necessarily knowing if that trade is going to pay off. But they have done it the right way because their team is very good. But Sean Murphy, he's one of the best all-around kind of guys at the position. He catches really well, and he's 258 catcher with 18 bombs and 66 RBIs. That's pretty fucking good. That's probably what the Padres catchers did combined, maybe. That's out of one dude, so
No.
yeah, probably not, honestly.
No.
But yeah, Sean Murphy, number 5 for me. Number 4, this is the shocker of my whole list. I know the hater's going to be sick on this one, but it is going to be 5-time Golden Glove winner Salvador Perez at number 4. I am not sleeping on his injury-prone season last year. I am mainly focusing on what he did the year before that and hit 50 fucking bombs, set a record at the catcher position. That is very impressive, and he goes number 4.
My number 4 is Shaney's number 5, Sean Murphy. Guy's only 28 years old, doing what he is. I think the Braves will do well for him. New team, better winning team. I feel like only those numbers are going to boost up. Yeah, Sean Murphy, number 4.
All right. I got number 4 is Romans number 5, Alejandro Kirk. First year All-Star, Silver Slugger, batted 285, 14 dingers, 3.9 WAR. Not much more you can ask for from a catcher. But you know, he doesn't have the job solely by himself. He also splits time with Danielson and Gabriel Moreno last year. But yeah, that's my number 4.
Yeah, same with me, Colin. Alejandro Kirk, love me the big man, catching.
So
he absolutely is. He's so much fun to watch back there. First of all, catching, because they don't let big guys catch. They'll move him DH instantly, and he does DH a little bit, but still letting him get back there. He won't catch for long, so I'm giving him his flowers now. But I love him. And if they were going to trade him, and if they didn't think he would have been a catcher, they would have traded him. But they didn't. Obviously, they traded the other guy, Gabriel Moreno. And I think they made the right choice. I like Alejandro Kirk. I think he's going to have a great year. And yeah, number 4, great spot. My number 3, you guys already mentioned it. Sean Murphy. Autocorrected my phone, spelt it weird, but Sean Murphy. He is a great catcher. I think the Braves did make a weird move because what they had was fine. But they're always looking to upgrade. He had a really good 21, falling off a little bit last year. Like Colin said, he was the only light there, only bright light shining for the A's. And it's kind of hard to show up and be the best every day when you were the only person the other team's thinking about, because I could not care about who 8 other guys in the lineup were, but Sean Murphy, I'm going to make sure I don't just throw him a fastball. So I think it's going to change a little bit for him. I think he's going to have a better year, probably his best year ever with the Braves, because one, you're not hitting in Oakland anymore, which sucks. And then two, you have an absolute stud of a lineup all up and down there. And you're not the only guy that they're thinking about. So now
you're not the guy that's going to get pitched around.
Yeah, exactly. You're not getting the pitches right on the black and stuff like that. They got to save that for Ronald Acuna Jr., not you.
Yep.
So you're getting the fastball.
If he's still there.
Yeah, whatever.
I agree with you though, Bob. I think it's gonna be his best year. I think he's gonna do very
That's
well.
why I had him. I feel like I had him the highest out of all of our lists because I truly think this is gonna be his best year. Yeah.
Honestly, before we made the list, I totally forgot he got traded. Totally just looked it up right
now. We're at number 3 then. Oh, he has 2?
Or 3. No,
Bob goes 3.
He just did. Sean Murphy.
So some of you guys aren't even listening.
I go 3.
You go 3, Colin.
All right. I got the boy out here in LA. Will Smith. Guy doesn't look like he's a catcher, but he is. He got a 4.2 WAR, batted 260, 24 homers. Seen him throw out a couple Padres, so I know he's got some defense back there. He's part of the World Series team in 2020 and the postseasons he's been in, so he's got that under his belt and veteranness. If they ever do bring in any other catchers or the backup catchers, bullpen catchers, that stuff, he's got good chemistry with all the pitchers that they did have. Now they only have a few of them, but yeah, I think the 3 spot's really good for him. He's always been very consistent with batting around the 250-ish, upper 250s. But yeah.
Yeah, my number 3 is also Will Smith. First off, I want to say fuck the Dodgers. Don't care about them. Fuck them. But Will Smith has been one of the top 3 catchers the past 3 seasons. Guy's gravy, and I feel like he does have that clutch gene whenever you need a single or a double to get an RBI. I feel like he's always getting it. Super good behind the plate. Yeah, number 3. Hate to give it to him, but he deserves it. William Smith.
Yeah, my number 3 is also slap league champion Will Smith of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Swear to
God. I mean, he has sneaky power. It's kind of weird. I see him muscle balls out against the Padres all the time. He's pretty good, I would say, at catching too. And he's there every day. I rarely see him hurt. He's kind of flies under the radar, I feel like, a little bit on that team. But I would.
That's why he does so good, also, because he's not the best player on that team. He knows his role and does it well.
Yeah, no, I mean, if there's one guy I would love to see in pinstripes and brown and yellow from the Dodgers, it'd probably be this guy. But number 3, Will Smith.
Agree.
Slap league champion. Sorry.
Number 2, go.
Number 2. Number 2, I have to put him here because this is Bob's favorite player on the Orioles, Adley Rutschman. Having a 5.3 WAR in probably 60% of the season is absolutely insane. This guy's going to be a superstar at this position.
Why is MLB sucking him off? That's weird to me.
He's going to be a fucking superstar.
He was not that good defensively.
He's going to be a superstar. 18 defensive run saves, 5.3 WAR.
You're just giving him these stats at this point.
And he played 60%.
I don't know. I didn't watch every game of his.
Switch hitter from Oregon State, balled out in Oregon State. Going to ball out. He loves that black and orange color scheme.
Yes.
And I think number 2 is a good fit for him because number 1 is unanimous. If everyone's got the same number 1, it's unanimous.
Yeah, I agree. My number 2 is also the same, Adley Rutschman. Guy's only 25 years old. I feel like he probably would have won Rookie of the Year if Julio Rodriguez didn't have the year he had. Definitely deserved it.
Yes. Don't even dare.
Definitely deserved it, but I'm just
even
saying.
dare disrespect. Don't piss
Julio Julio had maybe less of the year he had. I feel like Adley would have been more. It would have been more close, but
Didn't he make his debut in June? That's
Something like that. Once they started winning.
June to September. That's like 3 months of baseball, and he
And
led
he almost
led all catchers in WAR.
5.3 more.
Second WAR. Sorry, second.
Yeah, thank
Sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Well, I guess third time's the charm. I'm going Adley Rutschman in my number 2 as well.
And we got
We
a
all
bunch of
think
guys who
highly of
just
him. I don't know. I don't know what
war.
Bob's doing.
Love
Bob's
war.
sleeping over there.
You guys just,
Bob must
you know
fall
what?
asleep
Whoa! Stop!
If I
Don't.
just shuffled your
Bob,
guys'
stop.
list by war, you would all be the same.
Oh, you sound like a hypocrite
Bob,
right
you
now.
just fall asleep during the Orioles game.
Oh,
sound like a
I'm
hypocrite
not
right
awake
now.
for the Orioles game. They got the 10 a.m. slot.
Now war is a big deal when you don't look at it. Now it's a big deal.
Oh yeah, war is such a big deal. Not.
Okay, I'm holding you. This is how I think. So I'm glad you're on this. You're on
Oh,
this
you
board.
obviously not. Your list was in war order.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was. Oh,
Salvi
Will
at number
Smith.
4.
You are.
Oh, it's Will Smith, and then it's Adley Rutschman, and then it's freaking JT Realmuto. Bing, bang, boom. That's the 3 leaders in war.
And those are the 3 best catchers in baseball unanimously.
And then you said you took out last year for Salvi, and then he was the best catcher because he hit 50 freaking bombs. So your list is coming by too easy for me.
He didn't bring up his war.
We're smelling it out. I smelt it out.
I'm glad.
His war
I'm
was
glad.
Was not even
Number
3.
2 is Will Smith. I think this kid you could put him on a team by himself and he's going to be a superstar, but you put him on the Dodgers and he's just Will Smith in LA. He has the same name as the other guy.
I agree.
And he's not a superstar, but this kid goes up there and hammers fastballs. He is actually a really good catcher, and I hate giving Dodgers props, but he challenges JT for the best catcher in the league, I think. I mean, JT is obviously step above, but I think this kid really can be the next. I mean, I might not have bought into the Adelaide hype as everyone else has, but I think Will Smith is really good. And I think he deserves his flowers. So
All right,
I'm putting Will Smith number 2.
Let me ask you a question now.
Okay.
I think Will Smith is tiers above Alejandro Kirk and Sean Murphy.
Yeah.
But you only have them one above like them.
Yeah, there's not many catchers in between there. And I can't give Adelaide off a half a season of batting freaking 254-13 when I have guys like Alejandro Kirk hitting 285 over almost 100 more plate appearances.
What you also can't say if Adley had the extra 100 more plate appearances, he could have had better numbers.
Yeah, but you can't say that.
It's just something to think about. You can, but
you can't.
You can't say that. I'm not saying it's right, but you can't say that.
You could say that, but you're just contradicting yourself because you're wrong.
No, I'm not contradicting myself.
That's definitely not right. He batted.
I think you're the one contradicting yourself.
I think he batted what he batted, and that's the stats we could go off of.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
We're back to average again and home runs.
I'm looking at all the numbers, but yeah, catchers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Cool.
I mean, Adley might be there. He might be the number 1, like MLB's projecting him to be, but he's got to do a lot more for me to put him up there.
All right, that's fine. Who's your one? Who do you have?
Everybody has the same number 1.
Unanimously.
JT.
Unanimously.
I mean, he's no doubt the best catcher in baseball.
And he's been there for a while.
And he's clutch. I mean, he had a freaking inside the Parker game 4 of the NLDS. Hit a fucking walk-off game 1 of the World Series. Guy's a stud, legend. Can he handle the workload behind the plate, though?
He always has.
The older he gets, I mean, those games are going to start coming back. He's going to start taking a lot more days off.
I don't even know. How old is he right now?
He is
31.
32.
He's turning 32 this year.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
I mean-
I mean, he's been relatively healthy over his career, though. No crazy things.
Oh, he only missed like one season.
I think
Yeah, he was part of that Marlins super team they had.
the Marlins were stacked at one point.
Dude, Marlins were good.
Thanks, cheater.
All right. Well, that's our list.
Top 10.
Thank you. Come again. We'll see you for first base next epi.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep. There ain't nothing wrong with being average.
Nothing wrong with being average. You get it.